Okay, good evening, good afternoon, wherever all of you guys are at. First and foremost, I want to just welcome every single one of you guys on tonight's call, whether you guys were invited by a friend, a family member, a business partner, social media, or you simply just came across this opportunity and decided to jump on. I want to personally thank you guys for just being here tonight, right? And before we get started, do me a favor. Right now, you guys, grab a notebook, grab a pen, eliminate all of your guys' distractions, put your guys' phones on D&D, and really give yourselves permission to just be present for the next hour or so because information has the power to completely change someone's life, but only if they're open enough to receive it, right? So I know some of you guys maybe on this call are skeptical, maybe some of you guys are curious, maybe some of you guys are excited on here, and some of you guys are probably thinking, what exactly did I just log into? And honestly, you guys, that is okay. Let me get this call here recorded as well, too, so nobody misses out. Beautiful. Amazing, you guys. So, with that being said, right, you don't need to have all of the answers tonight. You don't need to know about trading. You don't need to have a business background. All I ask for you guys right now, today, is to just keep an open mind because maybe one conversation that you guys have with us tonight might change absolutely everything for you guys. So, for those who might not already know me, I'd like to just introduce myself here really quickly. My name is Arabella Angeles. I am 21 years old and I've been involved in this industry, in this space for over 4 years now. But my story did not start off with success. My story didn't start off with having money. My story didn't start off with trading. In fact, I actually started this journey when I was only 16 years old. And at 16, while most people my age were so focused on what college they were going to attend or what they wanted to do someday, Oh, I was muted. I was muted, you guys. I was muted. But anyways, you guys, I started this when I was 16 years old, right? And again, while most people were already so focused on what college they were going to go to, what career they would have someday, I was already trying to figure out how I was going to create a different future for myself and also my family. I was working two jobs. I was a server, I was a barista, and I was waking up so early, going to work, clocking in, clocking out, and repeating that routine over and over again. And I remember feeling just so exhausted, not because hard work scared me, but I was afraid of just working really. I was never afraid of working really hard. But because I started realizing that no matter how hard I worked, my time has always belonged to somebody else. Who here can relate to that? If you can relate to that, go ahead and drop me some two here inside of the chat. I was trading in my time $4. I was trading in my hours $4, right? And there was a limit on how much I could earn because there was a limit on how many hours I could physically work. And I remember asking myself, is this really it for me? Like, is this all that life had to offer me? Is this what life is just supposed to look like? Work, pay bills, get tired, and repeat that kind of cycle again and again because I knew deep down that there had to be more freedom, more options, more experiences, more time, more control over my future. And that search for more is what actually led me into this space, what led me into entrepreneurship, into trading, not because I wanted to just be the most wealthiest person on earth, not because I wanted more social media followers, not because I wanted recognition, but I just started being just so burnt out working, right? I was so tired. I wanted more freedom. I wanted more choices, and I wanted to be able to create a life for myself where I wasn't constantly asking for permission to live the life that I wanted to live. And here's the crazy part, right? When I first got started in this space, I knew absolutely nothing. I had zero experience, nothing about business, nothing about entrepreneurship, nothing about investing, and definitely nothing about trading. If somebody would have shown me a trading chart back then, I would have thought, Okay, that looks like a heartbeat monitor. Okay, you guys, I had absolutely no clue what I was even looking at, but what I did have was a willingness to just learn. I had an open mind, and that's exactly why I tell people all the time, success doesn't come from knowing everything already, but success truly comes from just being coachable enough to learn, right? And fast forward to today. You guys, I am blessed to be a multiple six-figure entrepreneur, trader, and educator, and I've had the opportunity to mentor people all around the world, help thousands of students learn the skill that can actually impact their finances and build communities, create income streams, even travel and experience things that I only once dreamt of or only saw on social media. But one of the things that I was most grateful for was honestly not just about the money, but it was the freedom that I had, the freedom to choose how I wanted to spend my time, the freedom to work from anywhere I wanted, the freedom to just wake up and know that my future is in my hands, right? And the reason I shared that story to you guys is because maybe some of you guys are on this call right now are exactly where I used to be. Maybe you're working your job, maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, maybe you're doing everything right and still feel like you're getting absolutely nowhere. Maybe you guys are tired, maybe you're overwhelmed, maybe you're wondering if there's something out there available for you guys. And tonight I want to just share with you guys that there absolutely is because whether people are going to admit it or not, the reality is this: 99.99% of everyone's problems in this world right now comes down to one thing, which is money. Not having enough of it, not knowing how to make more of it, not knowing how to actually grow it, how to duplicate it, how to multiply money, right? And financial stress affects so many things. Relationships, it affects your guys' health, your guys' confidence, it affects your guys' opportunities, and it affects every area of your guys' life. And unfortunately, most people were never taught how money actually was work. Like, think about it for a second. We spend 12 years in school, 12 years, yet nobody teaches us how to actually invest. Nobody teaches us how to actually build real wealth. Nobody teaches us how to trade inside of these financial markets, and nobody teaches us about how taxes work, about how to build a business. Nobody teaches us how to create additional streams of income. We were taught how to memorize information for tests, math tests, quizzes, right? But we were rarely taught about the financial skill sets that can determine how we live for the rest of our lives. And that's not me criticizing education, okay? I want to make that very clear. Education is very important, but financial education is equally as important because eventually every single person, okay, every single one of us enters the real world. And in the real world, financial literacy truly does matter. The ability to earn more does matter. The ability to grow money actually matters. And the ability to kind of create options for yourself truly does matter because the world is changing, right? It's changing faster than ever before. Technology is changing. Artificial intelligence is changing, industries are changing, jobs are changing, the way people make money is changing, and the people who adapt are the people who thrive. The people who learn new skill sets are the people who are able to create these opportunities for themselves. The people who stay very open-minded are the people who are able to position themselves ahead of time because information is money, right? And I'll say that again, you guys. Information is money. The more valuable information that you have, the more valuable you become. And tonight, you're going to hear information that most people will never take the time to even learn. You're going to hear about opportunities. You're going to hear about the financial education, about tools, about these skill sets, and whether you decide to move forward or not, I genuinely believe that you'll leave this call with a different perspective than when you guys have joined. Because I know trading has changed my life completely, and not just my life life. I've watched it change the lives of so many other students in here, single parents, college students, servers, teachers, nurses, construction workers, you guys, people from every single background imaginable. Okay, like people who started with zero experience, people who started scared, maybe people who even started not knowing what they were even getting themselves into. People who started might exactly be where you guys are here tonight. And the most beautiful thing about trading is that it doesn't care where you guys have came from. It doesn't care about what your GPA was. It doesn't care about how many followers on social media that you guys have. It doesn't care about what job you currently work right now. It's simply a skill set. A recession-proof skill set, a high income skill set, and skill sets can be learned, right? That's why I'm so passionate about what it is that we do and what we're going to be sharing with you guys here tonight, because we aren't just talking about making money, right? We're talking about empowering people, about actually teaching people as well. We're talking about giving people access to the information that can potentially create a different future for them. And tonight, that's exactly what we're going to be sharing and teaching you guys about. So once again, if you guys are here, I want you guys to stay as open-minded as possible, take notes, and listen with intention to learn. But most importantly, you have to ask yourself this one simple question throughout this presentation. What if this opportunity here can work for me? Because that single question itself has changed my life completely. Now, speaking of people who have impacted thousands of lives and people who started this opportunity on a call similar to this, I actually have two of my mentees, my girls, on this call right now. I'd love for them to just turn on their cameras so I can spotlight them on here, because the people who have been impacted, who started with zero experience, people who started on a call very similar to this right now, are on this call willing to share their stories, their impact, and their results with you guys before we even get into this presentation. So, Sav, Shang, if you guys can hear me, let me know. Let's see. Okay, I see Sav on here. Let me get Shang. Beautiful. You guys, okay, now these girls here, one of the biggest reasons why I love working with them the most is that they're the products of the product. They don't just simply share this opportunity with people, they actually use the products themselves here. So the very first kind of question I'd love to ask you guys is, can you just introduce yourselves and kind of what your background was before even getting inside of this space? Let's go ahead and start off with Shang here, then Sab, you can take over.
Okay, perfect. Can you guys hear me? Okay, sounds good. Well, hello everyone. My name is Shay, and I've been in this industry for 2 years now. And I'm gonna be so honest, guys, because I was someone who's very big on education. Like, I never thought about making money online. And I actually went to school, I went to university, and I actually got into the RN program, which is the nursing program. And I was actually a medical student, wasted all my 4 years trying to finish my GE, my prereqs, and everything. And when I found this opportunity, it literally took my passion away from nursing into this because I want to help people in a very different way where I could help them make money online, because that's kind of what I struggle with growing up. Because the reason why, I don't know about you guys, but going to school is the reason why I want to make money, right? We want to go for a field that can make you the most money. Lawyer was too long, doctor was too long. So I was not going to go that field. So I went to the medical, obviously the nursing route. And I find that you don't need to have a degree to actually make money online, right? And that was the best thing ever when I found this opportunity. So I actually dropped out from university and went straight into this business. And my sponsor is actually Savannah, and she's here as well. I'm so grateful because without her, I wouldn't be where I am today, right? And now I actually hit six figures, making full time online in business in the trading side as well. And I'm very, very thankful. Now I'm able to impact 300 plus people lives and do exactly what I do. And I am a Hmong leader because we do have a very big Hmong community in here with 100 plus people. When I first came in here, it was just me and Savannah. She's actually the very first Hmong people. And I've never seen this before. Where I came from, my community, my Hmong people, when it comes to money, we're like very close-minded because we obviously grew up from, long story short, we obviously grew up from Thailand, and that's where I came from. I was actually a child who was born from Thailand coming here, and honestly, like all we know about is farming and, not really have education or anything like that. And then, of course, when it comes to hard working like that, when we come to United States, especially every pennies we make, we love to just save. We don't want to spend any dime, right? And when it comes to making money online, I was so scared because that's how I kind of grew up like. So when Savannah was the first Hmong person I see that did exactly what she's doing now, I was very open-minded to give it a try, and that's exactly how I got where I am. And guys, I actually took my trade today with Arabella and I made some really good profits, right?
Share
And
your
I'm very
screen, share
grateful.
your screen.
I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys and show you my trading result right now. So just give me 1 second. Is it possible for me to share my screen? Okay, I can. Okay, let's see. Should be right here. Okay, as you guys can see, it's just been 3 days when I first did my first week deposit this week to trade again. Every single week, I always take out my deposit. And literally in 3 days, guys, I made $1,076.
Let's go.
Literally in 3 days. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna be so honest because I am a product base, okay? I do analyze here and there, but I'm very busy. Like I have people that I have to mentor, I have people I have to help. And I'm so grateful that we have an educator, we have a system that actually we could just plug into and use these signals without having to do all of the hard work, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and give back to Arabella.
I love it. Let's go, Shane. Let's go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat for her. And one of the reasons why I love her story so much was because there's two case scenarios when you join this opportunity, right? There's a best case scenario, then there's also a worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you can come in here and you can change your life completely. Worst case scenario, you just tried it out and you figured out it's not for you and you go back to exactly what you're doing now. And that's exactly what Shane did. But she was able to get the best case scenario and change her life. So I'm so, so proud of you. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it now to you, Sav.
Love that. Can you guys hear me? Yes, thumbs up. Perfect. Well, I'm so, so excited to be here with you guys, honestly. And truly just so excited for you guys to be able to hear the valuable information that's going to be spoken to you guys. So, like Arabella said, if you guys don't already have your notes out and ready, to take those notes and actually take all of that education really in, do it now, okay? Because I do not want you guys to miss out on any of that value, truly. And how I really got inside of this industry and this platform itself, you guys, was actually during the pandemic. Okay. Raise your guys' hand if you guys, remember going through that pandemic. It was really traumatizing for some people. Some families lost their homes, some families, got laid off from their jobs, and worst case scenario, that probably was their only source of income, right? And that's something that's so, so scary to me, especially now being in the year that we are in, 2026, you guys. Technology is absolutely crazy, right? AI, I'm seeing self-driving cars, on the street. And even now, Ubers, right? Uber drivers are getting their jobs taken because you guys, there are self-driving cars out there, I go to go eat at, I believe, a restaurant actually the other day, and I there was not a person taking my order. Right? There was not one single person. There was actually just a kiosk for me to, take my order, etc. Got sat down, so there is really going to be jobs being taken away from people. And I want you guys to be very prepared for that because I don't want you guys to go through what we went through during the pandemic, right? Of us getting laid off on our jobs. But moving forward with what I said, during the pandemic, me and my family actually got evicted from our house. So we were definitely one of those families, unfortunately. And it was in my senior year of high school. And I remember absolutely being so like feeling as if I couldn't do anything to be able to help my parents, to be able to help our situation with my family. And I hated that feeling of being able to not do anything, right? To not help my loved ones because I couldn't even help myself, right? And I hated that feeling. And at the time, I was working a 9 to 5, hated that 9 to 5. Oh my goodness. Moving forward was my first year of college, right? Still working a 9 to 5. Now I'm a full-time college student, and I remember feeling like, oh my goodness, Sav, like this cannot be it. My life cannot just be going to work, clocking in, clocking off, and then I have to go to my classes, or after my classes, I have to go back and clock into my 9 to 5. And I remember feeling so honestly drained, so exhausted, literally being sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this even right now in your own situation. And I could not continue living like that at all. I knew I had to take action and do something. And that's exactly what I did. Luckily, God answered my prayers, and, was able to bring me this vehicle to be able to take me to where I really want to be in my life, to be able to not just change my life, but my family's, right? My loved ones, because that's really, truly what I really wanted at the time. And now it's really just turned into a passion. And that's exactly why I created the Hmong community. There was not a single Hmong person inside of this industry at all whatsoever. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like why is my people not here? And so I decided to take action and actually create the Hmong community myself, like Shang said, and now we have 100 plus people inside of that community, which has always been my dream, especially when I first got started here. And so, if you guys right now are struggling with a circumstance or a situation that you're in, this is the most important time to actually start. That is, more so reasons for you to actually be able to take that risk because you guys are already in the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario, right, is exactly where you're at right now. That is the worst case scenario if you take a chance on yourself and in your life, right? And on the other end of that, really truly is your life can truly change. You can truly change your situation, your finances, etc. So if you really are struggling right now, that's more so of the reasons to really, take that chance and take that risk on yourself to be able to get these results like this, like Arabella, like myself, like Shane, and all of the amazing speakers that's going to be on here. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and just share my results with you guys. Okay. Because I've been on a call just like this and I understand it's skeptical, right? It's good, too good to be true, etc. But one thing that numbers don't do is lie, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys 1 second. And there we go. All right, you guys. So this was an account, a smaller account, because I have multiple here, but this was one that I just started. And today, actually, I was able to take in a trade, right? Off of my own analyzations that I've learned from the amazing educators inside of this platform that you guys will start hearing about. And I was able to make 200 at 6 a.m. in the morning, you guys, which is crazy. I remember working those freaking hours in hard labor, and it was just crazy to be able to sit on my bed and be able to, actually make money the start of my day just from my very room in my house, right? As you can see, I've grew it to 400 here. Now, you guys, I also want to show you another result here. This was yesterday, okay? And I was able to profit $1,000, you guys, in
Let's
one freaking
go.
day. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't heard a platform, let alone a tool, resources, product to be able to actually see these results just like this. And I was someone with no prior experience, no background, no, kind of knowledge at all, no education about any of this at all. And that just really goes to show and prove that anyone with any background is able to come inside of here and even be able to possibly see their results in the very first day that they actually start this journey for themselves and in their life, right? And that truly is why I'm so, so passionate in it, you guys, because I have seen and I've helped multiple people actually change their lives, right? People that has been burnt out and actually came inside of here and see results for themselves. So anyone with any background is able to do this. You are able to do this. And with this platform, you guys, and this amazing opportunity that we have here, I've been able to quit my 9 to 5. I hated the clocking in. I hated the clocking out. And now I've been able to actually maintain a six-figure income for myself, multiple sources of income for myself, right? And so, with that being said, that really is the power of what this opportunity can do for you. So again, have those notes ready because trust me, you don't want to miss on any of the information that will be shared on the Zoom, you guys. But I'm so excited, of course, to be here with you guys. But yeah, that is it from me, Arabella. Thank you for giving me a room to really share my story and speak on here with everyone.
Absolutely. Massive, massive thank you, Saf, for just sharing your story because it truly shows people not just about what's possible, but what's possible to kind of create for yourself when you take a risk, right? Because if you're someone who plans on not taking a risk, you'll forever risk working for someone that did take the risk that you should have taken, right? But with that being said, you guys, I'm so happy you guys were able to share and see the testimonials, the success stories that were created inside of the space. But now I know the next question that you probably have for yourself is what happens next? How can we actually get started? What does this platform even consist of? What does the products look like, right? So the next speaker that I'm going to be introducing to you guys right now, this individual came inside has came inside of this industry and has honestly became one of the most respected leaders inside of our profession. He has helped build a massive organization across the globe and has inspired countless of people, entrepreneurs to just think bigger and has dedicated his career to just helping people create greater financial freedom. And he has the ability to just communicate with a lot of his vision, some simplicity as well too when it comes to using these products. And if you're taking notes, okay, now is the time to really lock in because you're about to hear from someone who has experienced leadership and results that truly do speak for themselves. So you guys, I need you guys to just help me welcome Mr. Matthew Thayer here. I'm gonna pass the mic over to you. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Arabella. Incredible job, man. Hearing, your story, Savannah's story, and Shang's story is, it's just truly inspirational. Hearing how far you guys have came and the things that you guys are able to accomplish. Like, it's so cool to see. But thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to check out this presentation today. Someone might have just sent you a link and said, "Hey, check this out," or maybe you're sitting next to a friend and you guys are watching this together. But I really quickly just want to know, how many of you guys that are watching this are seeing this for the very first time? Can I see a 111 in the chat, guys? If this is your very first exposure to this opportunity, guys, I'm just kind of curious, who's brand new, who's here for the very first time. Just throw a one in the chat, guys, if this is your first time, checking out this information. Some of you guys might not know who I am. You might not know me as a person. My name is Matthew Thayer, guys. I am an entrepreneur. I've been in network marketing for a little over 14 years in the industry, guys. And I've had the opportunity of helping people all over the world, make a part-time income. And I've seen them go on to do incredible things inside this industry, guys. And I'm so excited for you to see this information. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna run through this opportunity and we're gonna walk you through exactly, what it is and how you can get started here with us. So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I think the chat was set up to where you couldn't actually type in it, so that's why there was nobody typing. But now I see people typing in there. So let's go. But guys, before I jump into everything, the mission behind, everything that you're going to see today, guys, is very, very simple, right? We want to help you, increase your finances. We also want to help you, be able to build a life, that's going to give you your freedom back, right? Give you purpose. And we're a part of a publicly traded company called InvestView. You guys can actually go on the stock market. You guys can look on Robinhood, and you can actually see this company there. And the abbreviation is just INVU. Basically, guys, this parent company has been in business for over 10 years, and they've done over $300 million in revenue. And as the parent company, guys, basically, there's really a hub that's called Coneqtx. And Coneqtx has one side that is self-directed investing tools, education, a community, and then there's also like health and wellness as well. But on this call, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about really the investment side, and that's going to be with Coneqtx. And this platform, guys, is the number one platform in the entire world that's really helping people all over the world, learn the skill set of trading. Because here's the reality. Most people, we're not taught how money works. Like when I grew up, when I was going through school, I was taught go to school, get good grades, and get a good job. I mean, how many of you guys on this call right now really were taught the same thing? Can I see some ones in the chat, guys, really, really quick? I mean, we're taught that, right? And when we get out of school, we're taught how to leverage our time. But there's only so much time in a day, right? There's only 24 hours. The average person probably could work 24 hours for maybe 3, 4 days in a row, but that would really be it. You would be capped at that. And when you exchange your time for dollars, you're really capping your income. And what I didn't realize is that the most successful people in the world, when you look at people that are rich and that are wealthy, they don't just leverage their time, they leverage their money, right? They leverage their money and they also leverage a system that's not dependent on them. And that's what we want to share with you guys here today. We want to show you really two things. We want to show you one, how you can learn the skill set of investing, but then also two, you can leverage this system, guys, that you're going to see here today and create an online business all over the world and create a stream of income. Because here's the reality right now. Um, most people, again, don't know what trading is. And, for those of you guys that are hearing this for the very first time, trading really is just the act of buying and selling in the financial market. Now, the different types of markets are really the stock market, the commodities market, the futures market. You probably heard of crypto, and then there's Forex, which is the foreign exchange, guys. It's the entire world's currencies. But right now, it's really time to have a reality check. If you look around the US alone, over 67% of the entire US is living paycheck to paycheck. I'm sure some of you guys on this call right now, you don't have to say anything in the chat, probably are also living paycheck to paycheck. I remember when I had a job, guys, it was really, I'd work for my 2 weeks, I'd get my paycheck, and it was gone before I even got it. And it's even getting scarier out there. I know Arabella touched on this. It's AI. AI really is taking over the world. It's expected over the next 10 years to take over 50% of the world's jobs. So most people right now, they need a plan B. They need something that can supplement some income, or they need to learn how to leverage their money and make it work for them. But the reason why, again, people don't is because one, it's just a knowledge gap, right? Most of you guys have never heard of trading. You don't even know where to begin. And at the end of the day, it looks super complex. You look on TikTok, you look on YouTube, and it just looks super, super intimidating. So the access is really not there. And when you're looking for guidance, you don't even know who you're listening to. You don't know their track record. You don't know their background. So at the end of the day, you just don't even know if you can trust these people. But that's where this becomes a solution. See, guys, this company, this brand, this platform was created to give you those things, to be able to give you the market research, to be able to give you the guidance, the community, give you the background, and be able to help you follow people that are having results inside of the markets. But before I jump into the products, and I'm going to talk about a couple different products, guys, that have helped people make money, right, in the markets. Before I do that, though, just understand something. Trading does involve risk. This is not going to be a get rich quick, guys. If someone hops on a Zoom with you and tells you that, hey, invest some money, we'll help you get some money back by investing and it's guaranteed, they would be lying to you. I'm not going to start this Zoom with that, guys. I want to start the Zoom with just being transparent. If you put in energy into this, if you hop on and really learn the skill set of trading, guys, you're going to see results. But you're also going to be with people that want to see you win. But at the end of the day, you're going to get what you put into this. Most people are going to go through the academy first, right? They're going to go at their own pace. They're going to learn kind of the basics. And then that's going to lead them more to the advanced things. And you guys can kind of go, like I said, at your own pace from A to Z. It'll teach you the fundamentals. It'll teach you the background of trading. It'll teach you how to read the charts. It'll teach you what charts to use. And then we also have live streams. See, guys, Arabella that spoke first, you can actually watch her live in real time, go through the market, look at the market, even do her analysis right in front of you and look for profitable trade setups. You guys can follow along. And this is really where you guys can earn and learn at the same exact time. And that's what I got excited about. See, I'm a hands-on learner. I'm someone that likes to basically Just teach me how to do it, and I want to follow you, and I want to see the results as you're doing it as well. So, guys, the live streams are super super fun to be on. We also have a technology called Tap to Trade. If you guys have made money with Tap to Trade, guys, can I see a Tap to Trade in the chat? If you guys have used Tap to Trade with Arabella or any of the educators that we have here on the Coneqtx brand, go ahead. Let's see some Tap to Trades in there. It's very simple, guys. You put an app on your phone. This is really for the busy person. This is for the person that can't really hop on live sessions, can't really go through the academy yet, but would like to participate, that would like to see trades in real time happen. Well, you don't have to know what's going on with this app. You put the app on your phone, you connect a broker of your choice. It's your funds. You manage your funds how you would want to manage them, guys. You can withdraw at any time. We do not touch your funds. But this app, guys, when you have it connected, let's just say hypothetically, Arabella takes a trade. She sees it in the market. She likes it. She takes it herself. Well, she's actually connected to this app. What's going to happen is you're going to receive a trade alert. You can see it on the first image there. That trade alert, all you're going to do is tap that notification. Once you tap that notification, the app's going to ask you, "Hey, would you like to review this trade and potentially approve it?" All you have to do is literally just review the trade. And if you like it, you set your risk how you would like to set your risk at. Once you tap approve, everything else is done for you. You can go back to your day, you can go back to your job, you can basically go back to do whatever you're going to do. That is the simplest way, guys, to literally be able to trade in the market. We have helped people all over the world see results with this technology. And it's really got them walking in the direction that we want them to walk, right? It's got them starting to want to learn the skill set of trading. Now, we do have other tools, guys, as well. We have different scanners that will scan the market for you. They'll look for possible trade setups. We have different journals that you guys can use to kind of track your trades. We have calendars, technical analysis indicators. We really have everything that you would need in order to be successful in the market. But man, my favorite part of this whole entire community and this platform is there is a travel side of this thing as well. So we have the investing side where you guys can come in, you can learn the skill set of trading, but we also have a way that you guys can add experiences to your life. You can't take your money to the grave, but you can take memories. And this part here, guys, you're going to get access to a booking engine. It's going to give you discounts on hotels, flights, car rentals, theme parks, events. But my favorite part, just being active, right? Just being a part of the platform for 12 months, you get a free trip. You get a free trip, guys, to over 50 plus destinations all over the world for just being active. So let's say you want to join this and you basically, worst case scenario, you don't learn a single thing for an entire year. Well, hey, at least you get a trip at the end of the year. You're going to learn something though, guys. You're going to have a lot of fun being a part of this community. So to get started, guys, if you just want to be a part of the trading side of things, you can just do the core part of it, which is going to be 249 bucks upfront to basically get into the platform. And then 30 days from there is a renewal price. It's $179. And then it's just $179 every single month, guys, to stay active. There is a pro, which is that travel side of things, guys. Again, you do get that free trip. It's going to be $500 up front, and then it's just going to be $179 to stay active. You do get that trip at the end of the 12 months. Most people do the pro, guys. There are some other options. If you want to take this thing serious, you guys want to be locked in, right, for 30, 60, 90 days. You guys can see that here. We do have a core 3, 6, and 12 month. We have the pro 3, 6, and 12 month. My suggestion is this: if you really want to be successful, right? If you want to put yourself up to be the most successful possible, commit to just 1 year, right? You get the trip right away anyway. Do the full year, be here 1 year from now, and then let's track your success through the entire year, right? Invest in yourself. Get through the sessions, get through the academies, use the tap to trades, use the entire product for an entire year, and then judge whether this worked or not. Most people, when they try it for a month, they don't get the results that they want in their first month. But the people that are here for a year, they definitely do. They get a lot better results. So I suggest that, guys, but just pick whatever you want. That's the customer side of things. That's how you can get started. Get on the live sessions, be a part of the community. But there's really a whole other side of this that got me excited, right? See, for me, I was 22 years old when I saw this information. I was broke. I was a college student. I was working full time. I was playing basketball. And I had no money. So when I heard about trading and investing and these things like that, well, I didn't have money to invest. I didn't have money to trade. So I was like, I have to figure out how to make money first. So the next part that my business partner is going to go over, guys, really is the way that you guys can use your sweat equity first and get a stream of income coming in. And then you guys are going to, once you've learned how to trade your money, you're going to be able to take that flow of income, guys, and compound it. Now, I'm super excited about this guy. He's, like I said, my best friend, my business partner. We've actually been business partners for over 14 years. He's in the $1 million Hall of Fame in this industry. He's helped tens of thousands of people make extra income with this part of the business. And he's going to go through step by step how you guys can get started, lock in with this community, and take your finances to the next level. So, Joey, man, thank you so much, bro. I'm going to pass this over to you. Close this thing out, man. I appreciate you, bro. But let's go, guys. I can't wait to see all the success stories that happen here with Coneqtx.
Let's get it. Let's
Let's
get
go.
it. Type 777 in the chat for my brother, Mr. Matthew Thayer, coming on these calls, speaking the vision, and just crushing it always. Like I said, like he said, 14 years straight. I remember the days when, we got done showing a bunch of people all day long, going from living room to living room. This was before Zoom calls, right? So we were driving in Wisconsin, 1 hour to a presentation, another hour to a presentation. At the end of the day, he's like, man, I got bills coming up. I'm broke. And we were just digging in the trenches as entrepreneurs at 22 years old. It was me and him back to back, whatever it takes, just dreaming big. And, my wife says we're like what's the movie? Divergent. We're outside of the box thinkers. We don't like to be chained down or locked down and be told what to do and work a job that stands for just over broke. They pay just enough to scrape by. So when we were learning growing up, go to school, get good grades, get a job, work that job for the rest of your life, me and Thayer were like, this isn't for us, just like a lot of you on this call. And so when I ended up meeting him, I'm like, bro, it was like my long lost brother. I'm like, dude, nobody dreams as big as me until I met you. Nobody wants, this incredible life. No one feels like they're destined for greatness other than you. And so me and him, he's helped me change my life, just going back to back. I was at a time in my life at 22 years old, paradigm shift, thinking, dude, I need to change my circle. I need to change the people that I'm surrounding myself with because, listen, I was dating my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife. She's a graduate from the U of M. And she was working at the bank as a bank manager. I was working at the gym selling memberships and going to college full time because my parents told me go to college or get out of the house. And I'm like, all right, I'll go to school. Knowing I didn't even want to go to school or get a job because I was sitting there at my job thinking there's got to be something else out there, right? Back in 2012, social media was popping off and I'm sitting at work getting more sales than everybody else, but they're trying to steal my sales. And it was a toxic corporate environment, being told what to do, overworked and underpaid. I'm like, dude, there's got to be something else out there. And as I'm scrolling on social media, I'm seeing people that are younger than me or my age starting businesses, traveling the world, making money from their phone. And I'm like, dude, I need my track to run on. I was young, hungry, and driven, looking for an opportunity. And when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And in came my life a guy named Dr. David Peach. This guy was a very successful guy in the town I grew up in. He was making over 150,000 a month. And we built a relationship. And he came up to me one day and he goes, listen, man, I coach people all over the world. I teach them how to become financially free, and I can teach you. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, you can teach me how to be financially free. What are you talking about? And I'm working full time. I'm going to school full time. I don't have a whole lot of other time, but what is it? And I could just tell he was successful doing something just by the way he walked, by the way he talked. He was in his late 40s. And then every day he would walk out into this brand new Range Rover Sport autobiography. So my buddies that I worked with were like, dude, well, they weren't really my buddies, but my boss and another coworker were like, dude, don't listen to that guy. He's a scammer. And so I blew him off the first time. But then the second time he came up to me and he handed me an audio and he shoved it in my chest. He pulled it out of his gym bag. He goes, you don't know what you don't know. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And I put that CD in my $600 1994 Honda Accord. And it was him speaking at a big event for this industry. And I never even heard of this industry yet. And he goes, it was him in Chicago on stage. And he goes, how many people in this room, by a show of hands, would like to earn a passive residual income that comes in every single month that covers the bills of your lifestyle right now? And everybody in the room raised their hand. And he goes, well, why don't you have that? And I remember thinking to myself, why do I not have that? And then he went on to talk about success and personal development and things we never learned about in school. And there was part of the audio, he goes, guys, listen, we learned about the War of 1812 and 2x minus b, and we were told to read Huckberry Finn instead of read Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? They didn't teach us anything about making money in school. And you can go, you wouldn't take weight loss advice from someone that's overweight. Why take financial advice from people that are broke? And most people are walking around take advice from people that are broke, right? You can go to college for business, but who's teaching you about business? Someone that makes 50,000 a year, God bless them, but they can't teach you how to make 50,000 a month. I want complete freedom to be able to travel the world, build our dream homes, homeschool our kids, be stay-at-home parents, do what we want when we want to do it. And at that job just wasn't going to cut it, right? And so met that guy. I listened to that audio and I thought to myself, this guy knows a whole lot more than me. And then towards the end of that audio, he goes, guys, listen, I'm an open and transparent person. I made $864,000 last year in this company. And I remember thinking to myself, dude, I'm a 22-year-old punk kid trying to figure out my life. And this dude who made over 800 racks last year wants to teach me and help me and work with me. Okay. So I texted him. I said, hey, I want to learn more. So I got in my $600 94 Honda Accord that every time it rained, it leaked on me through the windshield. And I pulled up to his house in Woodbury, Minnesota. I'm driving through the neighborhood and I'm like, holy smokes, this dude is doing it big. I met his family, beautiful wife, beautiful kids. He had a second house in Vegas to offset his taxes from state income tax. And I'm like, this is the life that I want. And it really comes down to this. Find someone that has what you want, do what they do, say what they say, and you can have what they have every single time. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm very thankful that I met this guy. But he showed me this industry right here. And I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what it would look like if you did decide to treat this as a business over the next 6, 7 minutes. Now, if you want to treat this as a business, you can. If you just want to trade with us, if you just want to travel with us, you can do that too. But what happens is when you get on these trading calls or you take these trade ideas that Arabella's calling out and you're cashing out, you're going to probably be talking to people about it, right? I became a walking, talking billboard for this company, for this brand, because I'm like, dude, if I don't share this with my network, somebody else will. And people are out there looking and praying for opportunities to capitalize on, right? But most people don't want to get a second job, and most people don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business, but they have a couple of $100 where they get access to mentorship, guidance, and a platform where they can learn high-paying skill sets while being surrounded by a community of people chasing the best version of themselves. And so let me walk you guys through it over the next few minutes here. So the owner of the company said, you know what? Instead of paying for traditional advertising, I'm going to pay people. Why? Because word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising on the planet. It's how Twitter was built. It's how Facebook was built. It's how MySpace was built. All word of mouth, right? It's how YouTube was built. And my accountant, who's a very high level accountant for a lot of people in this industry, a lot of the top earners, she has a book. And chapter one, it is why you would be brain dead to not start a home-based business if you don't already have one. Because just by you guys getting started today, it's a tax deduction, right? And then even if you attempt to earn an income in network marketing, you're gonna save from $7,000 to $12,000 a year as a family in your household. Because listen, if you're a W-2 employee, you have zero tax benefits. They just take your taxes. You don't have a say. That's why you want to get into the other side of the quadrant. And this is what Robert Kiyosaki talks about. This is what Matt just talked about when he started off his portion of this call, right? You want to be a business owner. You cannot become financially free unless you're a business owner in 2026, unless you've been saving pennies until you're 75 years old, right? And I don't want to wait till I'm 75 years old to retire and start living my life. I want to live my life now. We have one shot on this planet. We're God's highest form of creation. We can do anything we want to do. And this is the best opportunity that I have personally seen. And I'm 36 years old. This is the best opportunity that I've personally seen for the average person to get started for a couple $100 and have the opportunity to become financially free. Okay. And so what happens when you get started, if you do want to treat this as a business, you're going to get access to all of our weekly webinars that we do, right? We do Thursday night calls just like this where we go over the information. Sunday nights, we have our all-in blueprint trainings where we bring our 6 and 7 figure earners on to teach you how to go out there and build this at a high level and the mindset that you're going to need to go out there and get through the adversity, because that's how this works in entrepreneurship. You have to go through the tests to be able to get to the other side, right? You have to become a better version of yourself to be able to level up. And so you're going to get your own website that's going to track your entire business online in real time. It's password protected. It tracks all your people, all your incomes. You'll get a referral link that you can send to people to get started. And all you have to do is invite people to calls just like this. And the more people that you invite, the more success you can have, right? The more eyeballs you get on the information, the more you're going to crush this thing and knock it out of the park. So when I first got started, I never saw anything like this before. I was new to this. I had zero business being in business, but I got good at one thing, inviting. just getting eyeballs on the information, just saying, dude, I'm sick and tired of my job. I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm praying for something different. I know I'm destined for something greater than what I'm doing right now. And I found it and I'm all in. And you got to see what I'm working on. And then I just show people this as fast as humanly possible. And I understand there's four aces in a deck of cards. And I'm just going to keep flipping the cards, keep showing the people until I find the aces, right? And I'm going to show you how it works. It's a two-team system. You get a left team and you get a right team, and your only goal is to build your two teams evenly. Just go find two aces, one ace for your left and one ace for your right, and then it's pay day. Okay? So here's how it works. Like Matt said, there's a monthly fee of $179 a month. If you go out there and refer four customers that are actively paying their membership, your membership fee is covered. Okay, so I thought that was cool. So right away, I got my wife Britt, my buddy AJ, and a couple other of my friends right away because I wanted to learn the skill sets of trading anyways. I wanted access to the home-based business and the business model where I could create leverage and work from the palm of my hand and build a global business as a mobilepreneur, right? And so boom, that's the first step. Go out there, refer your four, and you're going to get a membership credit that's basically going to waive your monthly fee. But it doesn't just stop there. Now you have four people in your organization, right? Four people. This is where the leverage starts kicking in. It's not about who you know by yourself. It's about who we know together as a team. So those four, maybe they get on some of the trading calls. Maybe they check out some of the scanners. Maybe they go through the academy and they're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And I know a handful of people that would probably want to do this as well. Well, if those four people go out and share it with their network, and we can teach them how to do it. Maybe they invite some people to calls just like this. Maybe they do the PowerPoint on their own. Maybe they send, mine or Matt's YouTube video explaining what this opportunity is. But whenever that four grows to a team of 12, six people on your left and six people on your right, you just hit the level of senior consultant. And at this level right here, you're going to be earning an extra $600 a month in passive residual income. You got your foot in the door into the residual income, guys, and I'm telling you, this is how wealthy people look to make money. It's money that keeps coming in every single month for the work you did in the past. We get paid every week for work we started years ago. It's just a better way. And that's all I was thinking, dude, when I was working at LA Fitness. I'm like, I'm willing to work hard, right? A lot of us are willing to bust our butt and work hard, but we just want it to be worth it. I just want it to be worth it. Like my dad is one of the hardest working people I've ever met. But hard work isn't the way to wealth. If it was, he'd be the richest person on the planet, but he worked on a milling machine at Anderson Windows. I couldn't go to his job tomorrow and work on that milling machine. I'd have to be uncomfortable and learn it just like he did. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to get uncomfortable for something, regardless, like if I have to wake up every single day and provide for my family and do something, why not be at something where I can earn residual income? Why not be at something that I can bust my butt and learn how to get my money working for me in the largest financial markets on the planet? That just seems like a little bit better of something to put my time, effort, and energy into when we only have one shot on this planet, right? What's the most you could work? 12 hours a day, 7 days a week? Until you burn out and fry? Why don't you just go refer a few people that get started and you can literally just replace yourself of the most you could ever do by bringing in a few people. And so again, when you start to understand leverage and you start to understand residual income, you understand the power of it. I mean, we all have residual bills, right? Car payment, car insurance, rent, mortgage, electric bill, cable, Wi-Fi, phone bill. If you quit working your job, do those bills stop? No. So why didn't they teach us in school how to have a residual income that covered those residual bills? Well, it starts right here at Senior Consultant, and this is the goal, guys, to help thousands and thousands of people to do this. Because listen, you don't need all 12 personally. You just need a few who go out and get a few. And matter of fact, the person that enrolls you, there's a chance that they could place some people under you on on your team from above you. So you don't even need all 12. And it's incredible if you understand the power of what we're doing. But here, it keeps growing, right? So 12 customers, they can talk about something a lot faster than you can by yourself. So 12 grows to 30, 15 people on your left team, 15 people on your right team. You're going to be an executive consultant. That's going to pay you an extra $1,000 a month. So full-time income in America, not so good. Part-time, that's awesome, right? Maybe that's a couple car payments. Maybe that's part of your rent. Maybe that's your grocery bill. Maybe that's an extra couple vacations a year for you and your family. Our international communities, people in Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Peru. I mean, $600 a month is a full-time income out there. So we're literally helping people go senior consultant in Medellin, Colombia, that are able to retire their wives and have them stay home with the kids. because they're earning an extra $600 a month in residual income. So again, that's a beautiful thing. And our goal is just to help a whole lot of people do that, because if you help a lot of people make a little bit of money, guess what, guys? You're going to make a lot of money. That's how it works, right? You get paid based off of the value that you bring to the marketplace. And if you're out there making an impact, helping other people earn, develop their skills, you're going to be compensated for that in the marketplace. But it doesn't stop there. Again, now you have 30 people on your team, 30 grows to 70. Now you're a marketing director with the company. That's going to pay you $2,000 a month, right? And you can look at the chart. You can hit whatever level you want to on there. You can earn $600 a month, $2,000 a month, $42,000 a month. Me and Matt have had months well over $100,000 a month in commissions. And how did we do it? We met people that were doing it, and we said, and we watched them and figured out exactly what they did. And then we did exactly what they did. And then we worked even harder and we believed in even bigger, because nothing crazy has ever happened for us before. So we just have to be delusional and say, dude, it's going to work for us. And so, like I said, you push over the first couple dominoes, and everything that comes through that in the months and years, you get a piece of. It's just a better way. Money making is a team sport. And so we're very blessed to have this opportunity, guys. And this is way bigger than what you're seeing right here. Just in the last year and a half with this community, I mean, we've done events and leadership retreats all over the world. From we did a leadership in Dubai, a leadership retreat in Dubai, where we got put up at a really nice hotel, and then we got private buses to a yacht that took us to a private island for a party, and then we got in these dune buggies and went sand dune buggying through this the desert to a fire dinner. I mean, just the experience on these leadership retreats, not something that I can even get you guys to understand with my words, but we also did a leadership retreat in Tulum. We did retreats in Scottsdale. Las Vegas, but then we've done events all over the world, guys, in Latin America, all over Europe, in London, multiple events, in Scandinavia markets. So where is it that you know people? Okay, because this is how it worked. When I first got started, I was a college student, and some people ask me, dude, is this something I should do while I'm in college? I don't think I'd be where I'm at today if I wasn't a college student when I got in this, because I wasn't going to college to learn to go get a job. I didn't even know what I was going for. I was going there for my network and just for opportunity, right? And because my parents made me. So when I saw this, I literally just, it was the 3 foot rule I learned. If you're within 3 feet of someone, spark a conversation with them and start showing them. Well, next thing you know, people started seeing the information and they started getting started. So then I took over the piano practice rooms and just started ripping presentations like crazy. And then I said, dude, do you know anyone else at any other colleges? Yeah, St. Olaf, right down the street. And then we know people at Concordia and St. Thomas and Augsburg and Winona and Mankato and Whitewater. And we just started going through all the colleges. We would take over college little keynote rooms and pack them with people. And so if you're a college age kid, I'm telling you right now, these college kids don't want to be working at Jimmy John's or the pizza shop for making, 12, 15 bucks an hour. Do this part-time on the side, hit marketing director, you're making $2,000 a month in residual income while you're learning personal development, learning marketing, branding, communication skills, trading, and getting the mentorship and guidance to win and create your dream life. And so my mentor told me this. He said, get a crystal clear picture of what you want your life to look like. Okay, what kind of houses do you want to live in? What kind of cars do you want to drive? Do you want to retire your parents? Get a crystal clear picture. Write it down on a piece of paper and stare at it and find the home. Make a vision board. Get as close to that vision as possible, and then let's reverse engineer it. And he said, Wilson, it's 1,000 days. He said, put the go tunnel vision for a season. It's 1,000 days. He said, I'd rather sprint for 1,000 days and get the money thing just taken care of rather than working for somebody else for the next 40 years of my life, eking out a living. And I bought into that plan. So here I was. I was at his computer desk. He showed me a 20-minute video at his house, May 1st of 2012. And I was skeptical because I never saw anything like this before. But I'm like, if this is real, my life is about to change. And he came back down the stairs after taking some phone calls, and he came over, he goes, that was awesome, wasn't it? And I'm like, yeah, that was incredible. But I'm skeptical. He said, I'm rich. How's skeptical working out for you? I said, I'm broke. If I get started today, I have $3 left over in my bank account. So it's not working. He said, if you want something different, you got to do something different. And if I was just analyzing this industry for myself, I'm like, dude, other than me being skeptical, if I wrote down my dream job on a piece of paper, it'd be my own boss, choose my own hours, travel benefits, tax benefits, leveraged income where my income isn't dependent on myself, all that stuff, be able to have freedom, This checked every single box. Have the mentorship from people that were actually winning in life, not someone just telling you what to do all the time, someone that's leading from the front. I mean, he had an incentive for me to get to 5,000 a month, 25,000 a month. I remember he called me when I was 24 years old. He goes, Wilson, we got to get you to 25,000 a month. And I'm like, I love this industry, man. And he pushed me and he believed in me. And he was helping me because it would help him. And same with me. Me and Matt got to 50,000 a month and then 100,000 a month. And now we're just at the point where we want to help other people, right? I built, my wife and I, we built our dream home up in Minnesota. We live part-time in Arizona in the winters. We have 2 kids now. We homeschool them. And we have the complete freedom to do what we want when we want to do it because we made a decision in our mind to go all in on something worth going all in on. I got a crystal clear picture of what I wanted my life to look like. And then it's simple daily disciplines versus simple daily errors in judgment compounded over time. That's how I took this thing, right? Look at it like this. Me and Josh Amundsen, say I go to McDonald's every single day and get a full-on meal every single day, and he's eating tilapia, broccoli, and water every single day. Say 3 meals in a row. In the first week, is it going to look much different? How about in a couple weeks? Probably not much change, but how about over a 90-day period? You might start to see a little bit of a physique difference. He's going to be leaning up, and I'm going to start to get chubby, get water faced. How about a year? How about 2 years? The separation, it almost becomes unrecognizable. Guys, I got in this industry when I was 22 years old. My buddies that I went to high school with, that went to college, now they're trying to find jobs still to this day. They hate their jobs if they have one. They're overworked and underpaid. They don't get to see their kids. They ship their kids off to daycare. And I'm just like, oh, I don't like to do things that I don't want to do. And so all of my 20s, I busted my butt and sacrificed. And we still traveled the world and had fun. But I worked on me and I outworked everyone around me just to give myself the shot to do something great because I screwed up so bad as a teenager, being a complete idiot, running around, smoking, drinking, partying. That's all I cared about. And until I was 22 years old, something clicked and I needed to change my circle. And that's when that guy came into my life, showed me this industry. And it's you guys, it's people that resonate with this industry right here that changed my life forever because I don't know where else you can go to find such a positive environment where people just want to see everyone win and we're chasing the best version of ourselves. So this platform is incredible. It's life changing. It's the gold standard in the space. And we're just warming up, guys. Over the next 12 months, we have a goal to go put in 25,000 active customers. And, we only have a few thousand active right now, so we have a lot of room for growth for you guys to get your piece of the pie. And so the person that's showing you the information, they're showing you, but they're not just showing you, but they're offering you the next best position in their team. You know how the tree setup works? If you don't, it's okay, but they're offering you the next best position on their team. They're probably talking to other people. If you say yes first, you get that next best position. But if you want to think about it, now you go into the think tank and say they're showing other people and they reach out after this call and say, dude, did you hear that call? I'm all in. And they sign up. They just got the spot you could have had. But if you say yes first and then they come in, they get placed under you in your organization. And everything they do, you benefit from financially the same way the person enrolled you does, the same way I do. That's how this thing works. And so we're fired up. We're excited. I truly believe that people only get a couple opportunities that they can come across in their lifetime that will set them up completely financially free. A lot of the billionaires you hear on School of Hard Knocks, what do they keep saying? Oh, I got lucky. I got lucky. Well, if you ever wanted to get lucky and you're sick and tired of everyone else around, you've seen other people on whether it's on social media or a friend getting lucky, this is your chance. If you go all in here over the next 1,000 days, you're going to look back and they're going to start calling you lucky just like they did me. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, get back with the person that invited you on this call. Let them know if you want to get started or not. Either way, it's all good. We're not looking to sell or convince. We're looking for the people that are looking for us. So have a great night, guys. With that being said, and to the top we go because the bottom is way too crowded. Let's get it, guys. Peace.